This right there, this was one of the most talked about Super Bowl ads from the weekend. Just a simple QR code just bouncing around on the screen like in that episode of The Office. We were waiting to see if it lands right in the corner. If you scan the code, though, you were taken to a site called Coinbase, a cryptocurrency exchange. Without being prompted at all, thousands did just that. They scanned the code, which just goes to show you how much trust we place in that QR technology. But our friend and cybersecurity expert Dave Hatter explains why we should be a bit more skeptical of such things. Dave, as always, thanks for joining us this morning. How are we doing, bud?
I'm good, Bob. My pleasure. Thanks for having me as always. And we should be a lot more skeptical.
Well,
a lot more skeptical on these things.
And I was out in LA all week last week, and there wasn't a restaurant. It's the same around here too. There wasn't a restaurant that I rolled up to that didn't have a QR code on the table to get the menu. And QR codes are sort of everywhere now. So why should we be skeptical? How can people take advantage of QR codes?
So, QR codes actually aren't a new technology. They've been around for a while, but they really kind of caught on with the beginning of the pandemic and the need to make things touchless. And they are really super convenient, right? You roll up, you got a smartphone, you point the smartphone at it, and things just happen. But that's the unfortunate downside of this, right? And I thought that ad was fascinating. As soon as it popped up, I'm like, well, okay, someone's spending an enormous amount of money for this. It's probably legitimate, or it wouldn't be on the Super Bowl simply because of the expense. But it does go to show how comfortable people are with this. Their servers crash, so many people scan that. And as we get more and more comfortable with it, the bad guys are, of course, taking advantage of that. The FBI and police across the country have warned about these things popping up and being used for malicious purposes. Like, you try to pay your parking meter, it's got a QR code on it. The QR code is not from the parking authority or the police. You scan it, takes you to a bogus website. They try to steal your credentials, steal your money, etc. And again, both the FBI and police across the country have warned about increasing uses of these things.
Well, how on earth do you protect against that, though? Because, you're using your camera. Your camera automatically, pulls up a website. I think typically at this point they ask, do you want to go to such and such a website? How do you check? What's the step between scanning it and going to the website to make sure it's okay?
Well, unfortunately, Bob, there really isn't anything you can do except be really skeptical and first off, understand the risks that while there are many legitimate uses for these things and they are super convenient, again, as evidenced by the pandemic, menus in restaurants, that sort of thing. The bad guys are very smart, very creative, very, very devious. One of the things they're doing is now to get around email protections built in to try to stop bogus links and phishing emails, they'll send a QR code for you to scan instead of click the link because most of these systems aren't smart enough yet to understand that QR code might be malicious. So you have to be aware of the risk. You have to be extremely skeptical. And unfortunately, the best advice I can give you is unless you are absolutely certain that you trust that QR code, like you're looking at a menu from a restaurant that you frequent, you're absolutely certain it's from a legitimate source, I would not scan it. Old Doomsday Dave here did not scan the QR code for Coinbase. Bob did not scan it. Again, I thought, okay, no one would have that kind of money to do something illegitimate, but I figured I'll wait and see where this goes. It's fascinating though, and does really raise, I think, the prominence of how popular these things are. And I just want to warn folks, unfortunately, you really have to be skeptical. The theft and crime related to scanning these codes is definitely rising.
Are you surprised at all at how quickly people have latched onto that technology? Because a lot of times it takes a while, certainly in certain age groups and demographics and whatnot, for people to catch on to certain things. But with the sheer number of people that clicked on that thing during the Super Bowl, kind of showing that a lot of people are all in on that technology already.
Well, I think it's a perfect storm of, again, as a result of the pandemic in the early days when people didn't really understand what was happening and the need to make things touchless, and the fact that smartphones just have this native capability built in. It's really easy to use. I think those two things combined to really, get people extremely comfortable with the concept. And unfortunately, most people aren't nerds like me. They don't understand that these things can be used for malicious purposes. And consequently, it's a field day for the bad guys. And so I'm really not surprised at all, because it really is amazingly convenient to be able to just point your phone at something, hit a button, and things happen.
Yeah, it's really similar to the advice you give when you get one of those emails. Unless you're absolutely 100% no doubt sure that link is coming from someone you trust and going to somewhere you trust, just stay away from it. All right.
I would never scan a random QR code, ever, personally.
Right. Dave, as always, we appreciate your advice and insight on all things technology. I'm sure we'll be checking in sooner than later.
Thanks, Bob. Have a great day.
Take care, buddy.